Mm. Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Rudresha. Today class I will discuss Bwssb competitive exams. This is very good exams. Please, everybody should be concentrate. This is the competitive exams in the mechanical engineering. Today I will discuss what is the SI units of pressure. See the 17th questions. The 17th question. The SI units of the SI units of pressure. The SI units of pressure. First one is Pascal, PASCAL Pascal. Second one is bar, and third one is dial. Dial, and fourth one is Newton. Fourth one is Newton. Newton. Please look it here. There are four answer is there. The SI units of pressure, Pascal, bar, dial, and the third one is meter. See here, the SI unit of Pascal, the SI unit of pressure is Pascal. See here, 1 Pascal is equal, 1 PA is equal, 1 Newton per meter square. 1 Newton per meter square. This is the answer for 17th. Then I started from 18th. When neither mass nor energy, when neither NEITHER, mass, neither mass nor energy, neither mass or energy is allowed to cross the boundary, is allowed to cross the boundary, of the system, is called. See, when neither mass nor energy is allowed to cross the boundary of the system is called. First one is closed system. Second one is open system. Third one is isolated system. Fourth one, dual system. Please, all of you look at here. What is the question? When neither mass nor energy is allowed to cross the boundary of the system is called. See, there are three systems there. One is open system, closed system, and isolated system. When neither mass nor energy allowed to cross the boundary is called isolated system. This is calling about isolated system. What is there in here? There are open system and closed system. For example, you have an engine. That engine inside, this is calling about closed system. The engine inside, whatever you have in a fuel, that fuel will be burned. That is calling about closed system. Then next you have the open system. Open system means the energy will be passes from outside. That is calling an open system. Next, isolated system, when neither mass nor energy is allowed to cross the boundary. Means isolated system. This is the 18th questions. Next, I will move for 19th questions. 19th questions. See, 19th question, what is say? The SI unit of entropy. The SI unit of entropy. The SI unit of entropy. What is meaning by SI unit of entropy? The first one, the SI unit of entropy. The first one, joule per kg. The first one indicated joule per kg Kelvin. Second one, Newton meter. And third one, joule per Newton meter, joule per kg Kelvin. Fourth one, Newton meter Kelvin. See here the SI unit of entropy. What is the SI unit of entropy? Entropy is equal joule per kg Kelvin. This is SI unit of entropy, joule per kg Kelvin. And 28th question, specific heat at constant pressure is equal. See here, specific heat at constant pressure is equal to see here what is indicated here, specific heat at constant pressure. There is a specific heat at constant pressure, specific heat at constant volume. Now these two values is there. Specific heat at constant pressure is the first one 1.09 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Second one 2.70 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. And third one 0.171 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. And fourth one 0.20 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. See, there are four answers there. Specific heat at constant pressure is, the values is 1.09 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. This is the 20th question. Next we will go for 21 questions. See 21st question. 21st question. The actual volume delivered by the compressor, the actual volume delivered by a compressor when reduced to the normal temperature and pressure condition is called first one free air delivery. Second one compressor capacity. Third one swept volume. Fourth one discharge pressure. discharge pressure. Please look it here. The actual volume delivered by the compressor when reduced to the normal temperature and pressure condition is called. That is the formula is free air delivery. This is the free air delivery. See here, the actual volume delivered by the compressor when reduced to the normal temperature and pressure condition is called free air delivery. This is the correct answer. Free air delivery. Next question. What is meaning by free air delivery? Normal temperature and pressure, NTP. NTP by means normal temperature and pressure. Normal temperature and pressure. Normal temperature and pressure. This is next. Normal temperature and pressure. Next, match the following 22 questions. Match the following. 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 First one, least one process. Least one process. Least two work done. Least two work done. Least two work done. See here, what is there here in the match the following? Match the following least one process, least two work done. See, whatever process is there, that process there are constant volume process or isochoric process, constant pressure process or isobaric process, constant temperature process or isothermal process, polytropic process and adiabatic process. These are all the process you have first PVT relationship. You have with this process you have first PVT, pressure, volume, temperature. This is the PVT relationship. What is calling about PVT relationship? Pressure, temperature, and volume. See, there are Charles law, Bayes law, gas Avogadro's law. There are three laws there. Charles law is there, Bayes law is there, and gas Avogadro's law is there. That PVT relation will be indication for a different process. Just look at here. For example, constant volume process. Constant volume process, P1 V1 by P1 V1 by T1, P2 V2 by T2. See, the constant volume process, what can indicated here? V1 is equal to V2, volume remain constant. Then that will be indicated P1 by T1, P2 by T2. See, here indicated P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. Same thing in the constant pressure process, pressure remain constant. What is there in pressure remain constant? V1 by T1, V2 by T2. See, look it here. This is P1 is equal to P2. Next, constant temperature process. Temperature process will be P1. This is the constant temperature process. Temperature remain constant. P1 by V1, P2 by V2. See, these are all the three things. Volume remain constant, then pressure remain constant, and temperature remain constant. Temperature remain constant. Just look at here. See here A, constant volume, constant volume. B, constant pressure, constant pressure. C, constant temperature, constant temperature for D adiabatic, adiabatic, adiabatic. The first one relationship P1 V1 minus P2 V2 denominator by gamma. Second one is 0. Third one is, this is the work done. Third one is P into V2 minus V1. The fourth one P1 V1 by log base E V2 by V1. Please look at here. This is the process. This is the process. This is the process, constant volume process or isochoric process, constant pressure process or isobaric process, constant temperature process or isotherm, and adiabatic process. Please look at here, constant volume process. Constant volume process, volume remain constant. When you what is the formula for work done? Pressure into change in volume. What is the formula for work done? Work done. Pressure into change in volume. Pressure into change in volume. See, for example, constant volume process, V into V1 minus V2. V1 is equal to V2. This is 0. V1 is equal to V2 is equal to 0. Then work done is 0. See, constant volume process, A is equal to 2. A is equal to 2 is correct. Next, constant pressure process, same formula, pressure into change in volume. This is P into V2 minus V1. V2 minus V1. This is the constant pressure process. Third one, constant temperature process. Temperature remain constant. That will be P1 V1 log base E V2 by V1. This is the constant temperature process and adiabatic process. Next is adiabatic process. Next is adiabatic process. The answer is, the correct answer is 3 equals 3 equals A equals to 2, comma, B equals to 3, C equal to 4, D equals to 1. See, this is the correct answer. This is the correct answer. A is equal to C. This is the correct answer. This correct answer will be, this is the correct answer for especially from constant volume process, constant pressure process, constant temperature process, and adiabatic process. Next, I will move for one more process only. Match the following. 23. Match the following. Match the following. Match the following. Least one process. Least one process. Least two heat supplied. Least two heat supplied. Heat supplied. A constant volume constant value, B constant pressure, C constant temperature, D adiabatic. See here the first questions. P1 V1 log base E, V2 by V1. This is the heat supplied. Second one 0. Third one MCV into T2 minus T1. Fourth one MCP into T2 minus T1. All of you look at here. Last time will be is there in process and heat supplied, and this time is process and heat supplied. Constant volume process. What is indicated? A is equal to, this is MCV. See, mass into change in temperature. Okay. See next, constant pressure process, MCP into T2 minus T1. Next, C is equal constant temperature and adiabatic process work done is 0. The answer is, correct answer is 1 is equal, A is equal to 3, comma B is equal to 4, comma C is equal to 1, D is equal to 2. See, this is the math following. A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4, and C is equal to 1, D is equal to 2. This is the correct answer for heat supplied.